Hi, it's Nikki and welcome back to Live a Little, your cozy corner of the internet where we discuss all of the in-betweens of life, the messy, honest and unfiltered, where you may not always have that person to talk to about them, but here we do it all judgment-free. I feel like that intro has never made more sense for a guest than it does today. Today I'm joined by a new friend, someone that I instantly have got along with. I was on her podcast a couple months ago now. I'm joined by the podcast extraordinaire, the brains and the voice behind the Psychology of Your 20s podcast, one of the biggest podcasts in the world, and also an author of Person in Progress, the book, Jemma Sbeg. Hello.
Hey girl.
Hey girl.
Thanks
hey
for
girl.
having
Hey.
me.
We're acting like we haven't just had like a 20-minute debrief
I know,
about life.
We've just been complaining because I want to just go get lunch.
I know, and we're just,
but today's not the day.
This is it. This is like that era of life where it should be studied how difficult it is to make plans.
I know. So behind the scenes, you came on my podcast.
I did.
And we did this like full Netflix episode, and I was like, let's go out for dinner to celebrate. And then it was like, you were like, absolutely, I'm away for 2 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely, like, in 3 months.
Yeah, and then I was like, absolutely. So when you come back, I'm away for 2 weeks, but then absolutely. And like, and then I'm away, and then we've literally just playing. I know. I'm sorry, that really does give like my lobster is too buttery and my wine is too
God, no. But like it is, I do feel like that's an in general thing, because even some of my school friends, like it's like, are you free this day? No, like no one is free on the same day to do things and make plans, you know?
Especially in the summer here, like you guys take your summers seriously.
Yeah.
Because you're so close to Europe. I feel like everybody's always away doing something out in the countryside. Whereas in Australia, it's like, well, I'll be at the beach.
Oh, yeah.
Like, of course, like for Christmas and stuff, but you'll be like, I'll be around.
That's so true.
I'll be at the beach. Let's do it.
We've got no beach in London, that's for sure.
You think I haven't figured that out? I know.
River Thames, you know? Been there.
Somebody was like, you should go. I made this joke the other day, and I didn't realize it was a joke. I was just complaining, where I was like, I just really miss the ocean. And somebody was like, oh my God, have you tried the pools? And I was like, the pools? What is this? They're like, yeah, in Hampstead.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that.
And I was like, oh my God, what are you talking about? And I went and I didn't Google it beforehand. And I was like, there's ducks in there.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just bleeped myself.
No, you're fine. You can swear.
I was like, that's gonna get in my mouth.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this? This is a pool. This is where Shrek is from.
Yeah.
The swamp. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not for me. Yeah. I feel like we love a picnic. We love like going to the pub. And, you know, obviously if your accent didn't give it away, you aren't, you know, from the UK or from Australia.
Around here.
And I feel like the crazy thing about that has been, I mean, that is like such a far away place from London and the UK. So far outside of the world, really. And you've kind of, while all of this stuff was happening for you with the podcast and the success and everything, you made such a massive decision to move to the UK.
Yeah.
Has that felt like a sense of relief, like that was something you needed? Or has it been a bit of a kind of culture shock?
Okay, so I'm at different stages with this right now.
Yeah.
So long story made short, I had kind of always known I wanted to move to London. I was terrified of flying, and then I did my first like big overseas trip as an adult to the UK, and it was like this huge moment for me.
Yeah.
It is like a 24-hour flight.
Insane.
Depends on what way you're going, depends on your layover.
Yeah.
You're on a plane for at least 24 hours in some capacity. I know.
I would not be okay.
People think you underestimate because you really find ways to fill the time. And also a melatonin gummy and 2 glasses.
I love
of wine.
melatonin.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Do you get the ones from the US?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm hitting up Target and getting that melatonin.
Me too. I know, because you can't buy them here.
I know.
Which is honestly for the best. But I moved at the start of the year. I had to wait for him because he had to finish his accreditation to become a lawyer.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because when I first met him, I literally said to him within the first 2 months, I was like, by the way, you have to be down to move overseas with me. Otherwise, this isn't going to work.
Wow.
Because this is a lifelong dream and it will be happening. And I just want to give you the heads up.
That's
that, like,
amazing.
I'm not going to compromise on this. And he was like, let me think about it.
Yeah.
And he was like, I I'm like obsessed with you. I absolutely want to do that.
Stop.
And he was like, this is a crazy thing to ask you to do. We've only known each other for like 3 or 4 months, but like, can you wait?
Oh my gosh.
Can you wait? Because I'll come with you. And I remember a lot of my friends were like, what are you doing? Because I was going to move that year.
Wow.
And I was like, I just know. I just have a sense that like I'm meant to be with this guy. I wouldn't give that advice on my podcast.
Yeah.
So ironically, but I just had a sense. And so again, we finally did it.
Wow.
And then I literally signed my like Netflix deal.
Yeah, your girl's on Netflix.
Yeah, which is crazy. I need to tell people that.
I mean, I'll shout it from the rooftops for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It. You should watch our episode together.
I have watched it.
No, I mean the listeners.
Oh, yeah.
I was
well,
like,
you should watch.
Yeah, you
you
should watch our episode on Netflix. It's one of my favorites, actually.
I loved it.
I watched it.
Did you? Do you watch your episodes back?
I only watch the guest episodes back.
Yeah, I have to I approve all my podcast episodes because I'm such a control freak, and I'm like, oh god, I now have to sit and listen to myself talk for like 30-40 minutes.
But it's better when somebody else is there.
Totally.
Because I'm not listening to myself talk.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Anyways, London.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry, but yes,
No,
I
don't be
moved to
silly.
London. I like London now. It's not my forever home. And I just actually put out an episode like last week, essentially saying, here's the news, we're moving home in about a year.
Really?
We've decided not to renew or like pursue a different visa.
Wow.
We're like, we're gonna do the 1.5 years and then we're gonna
Go back.
Bittersweet.
Oh my gosh.
But I think worth it, honestly.
Yeah.
It's just not for us. I struggle with the lack of green spaces. I struggle with not the culture, actually. I love how diverse London is. It's actually my favorite part about it, is like just being able to experience like every single culture in the world in like one city.
Exactly.
Is like actually incredible compared to Australia, which can be kind of boring with that at times and great in other ways. But yeah, it's just not my city.
And
So
that's
it's
okay.
Yeah, it's a good lesson of like it's okay to change your mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's a huge theme for our 20s, I think.
I mean, and you made such a big leap. There was probably like a version of you that really kind of romanticized what this could be. So has that been kind of hard to come to terms with, that it just isn't necessarily what you pictured?
Yeah, definitely. I think also it was almost a relief to just realize it's not for me.
Yeah.
Because now I'm like, cool, I can just enjoy it without having to criticize it or without having to ignore my criticisms of it.
Yeah.
Like I can just be in this space and just do all of the things that like, you know, I probably won't do again. So every weekend I'm very insistent on seeing a new part of London.
That's
or
so great.
trying something else.
Making the most of it while you're still here. Yeah.
Basically just being like, we're tourists.
Yeah.
Even though we pay taxes here, like even though we have a house, well, we rent a house.
Still a house.
Anybody to think that we have bought a home.
Still a house.
Yeah. Well, a top floor unit, an attic.
Still a house.
An attic space. Yeah, it's like, well, in the end, it's not for us, and that's actually kind of been a nice feeling to be.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
cool.
it's closure in a way. It's like acceptance.
I've suddenly started enjoying it so much more because I'm like,
there's no pressure on it now.
No pressure, and I'm like, this isn't my whole future. I'm gonna be out of here at some point,
and that's completely okay.
Yeah.
Well, you are literally, I think, the reason that so many 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds are sane. I truly believe that. Like, your podcast is incredible, and there's a reason that it's a phenomenon, and there's a reason that it's taken off the way it has. I feel like what I love so much and fell in love with about you and your podcast is that, you know, you unpick these really complicated feelings that a lot of us go through in our 20s. You know, I'm 21, nearly 22, and you add logic to them, but not in a way that is belittling the problem, belittling the feelings, but adding logic to them to make them feel easier to deal with and more comforting. And I feel like your podcast adds so much comfort to so many people. And I think a lot of us just struggle with, you know, not knowing what to do with all of these big feelings and, you know, these new experiences that we go through in our 20s. And it's such a difficult time. And you literally are doing that. You are adding the statistics and the psychology and the theories and the methods to one of the most complicated and scary and uncertain times of life. And as someone who loves logic, even though I'm like logic and emotion, I'm emotion 100% of the time. But it's very comforting to be like, oh, I feel like this because of this. And be like, okay, that, you know, it's like even sometimes when you get like diagnosed with something, you're like, oh, that's comforting. Now I can put a name to this. And I think you do that so well in a way that's just not so much information at once. It's so digestible. It's so easy. And so I'm just fascinated with how you got into, you know, psychology and
Mm.
how this kind of all became what it is, you know, you studying theories. And yeah, I would just love to know more about when psychology for you, and also understanding the way you think and other people think,
Yeah.
became an obsession in a way.
And you know what it is? It really is an obsession. And
Yeah.
it's this funny thing where you realize in hindsight, and I am now realizing this, it's kind of like I was always going to do something like this.
Mm.
And it's been set up that way in a weird way if you believe in like human design,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't know if I fully believe it, but I find it interesting.
Yeah.
Like, and I do see myself as a bit of a case study for it, because I genuinely like don't think I could do anything else. And I probably could, but I really like wouldn't love it as much, because I just am so endlessly fascinated by people
Mm.
in my day-to-day life, where I'll just like meet somebody on the street and be like, what are you up to?
Yeah.
What are your plans for tonight? Oh, like why are you doing that in this specific way? Like literally the other night, this happened when we were at this event. Like suddenly I'm like talking to this guy about this estrangement problem he's having with his daughter.
Oh my
And like,
gosh.
and it's just like, oh, and why do you think that? And it just, I just genuinely find people really, really interesting,
Mm.
and in a way that I don't find many other things interesting. And like some people like
So
space or
true.
history. I really don't
I'm the
mind
same.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't really need to know the mysteries of the world or the natural
Yeah.
world or the universe. I'm just like want to know what the frick is going on with human behavior.
Mm-hmm.
And so I like did psychology in high school, and it was like my best score. I don't know if you guys have this, like you get scored on subjects.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
But we either get scored by numbers or we get scored by letters. So like A, B, C, D,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. Or we have like, I think it's 1 to 9, and 9 is like A star, like the best you could
Whoa.
get. Yeah.
So this was, I kind of had that experience with when I studied psychology at high school, where I kind of just did it, and then I was like, wow, I'm really good at this.
Yeah.
And then I went to university. I actually got a scholarship to go to university to study politics and economics.
Oh,
which
wow.
most people don't know I have an economics degree as well.
No way.
And I have like it's called a politics, economics and philosophy degree. So like all in one.
Wow.
But I did like an economic specialization within that. And I was like, I'm going to be a politician, because I really like talking to
I
people.
could honestly see that too.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I was like, and I was delusional, because I was like naive, I would say. I was like, I just really like talking to people.
Yeah.
And like, I want to solve problems for people. And I got a scholarship to go to like the university that's in like our nation's capital. It's called Australian National University.
Wow.
And I was like, this is where I need to be if I want to work on policy, and if I want to do this. And then very quickly was like, I'm very disillusioned by this. And that's like a whole can of worms.
It is, yeah.
And I just found myself more and more in the psychology space. And I had this experience where my friends and I obviously are in our 20s, and we're going through this, like, these changes, these bodily changes. No, our bodies are changing, no, right? But our lives are changing,
Yeah.
right? It's like second puberty in a way,
It
but
is.
emotionally. And I was like, I remember my friend went through a breakup, and I was studying psychology at the time. She was like, I just am so like, why do I feel so terrible? Why can't I find closure? And I was like, I just read a paper about this,
Wow.
about like this thing about like emotional availability, and this thing called commitment readiness, and why this guy won't commit to you is because of this psychological principle, and like it's been examined and picked apart in this study. And I basically read her the findings. She was like, that made me feel better than anything anybody has said to me so far, just to know like this is such a worthwhile feeling, that it's being examined, and that people want to understand the structure and the structure of the feeling. And I was like, cool, glad that helped. And then just found myself doing it more and more.
Wow.
Went through a breakup, and thank God. I genuinely, breakup, best thing that ever happened to me. I genuinely believe that like I probably owe him some money or something. Like I'm like, he not to credit my ex, but like, oh my God, fundamentally motivated me, changed me, saw my life, made me see my life differently, and pushed me to, through him leaving, like pushed me to start something to kind of channel all that emotion. And that was the psychology of your 20s.
Yeah.
And my friends were like, you should totally do this. I didn't share it with many people. And then I tell the story of like how nobody listened. Nobody listened for 2 years.
I know that feeling. That was me when I started my YouTube channel. It was like,
oh my God,
it was like not the same obviously because it was me doing like makeup tutorials, but it is that thing of like, okay, well right now this is just for me. This is,
Best feeling.
it is.
I'm trying to get back there at the moment. And I'm
Yeah.
doing more episodes that I'm like, I don't really care if you like this. I just like it.
I
And
wanted
sometimes
to
people don't
ask
like
you
it.
about that because obviously, I mean, you've been doing this for quite a few years now, and it's in the last kind of couple that, I remember us talking when I went on your podcast and you said it's taken off in the last couple of years. It wasn't like an instant success. That's the thing I think is when you're so vulnerable, you share a lot of vulnerability while also talking about these theories and these concepts and these thoughts. You also have to share a level of vulnerability of yourself because that's, what then makes these things make sense and connects you with the audience that listens. But I feel this way as soon as it became like a job and as soon as I realized how many people were watching or listening or how many eyes or ears were on this thing, it definitely changed my ability to just kind of grab a mic or record the camera and be like, okay, I'll just talk. It's like you kind of feel like there's a level of like a mask or a filter that sort of gets put on
Yes.
unknowingly, How did you feel?
100%. I'm like that. I completely agree. It's a weird thing where it's like I've cataloged my entire 20s.
Yes.
It's like starting to feel like I'm a bit of a scientific experiment at times. Like I love the science so much that like I'm kind of letting people research my life.
Wow.
And see my trajectory through my 20s. Not that they really are paying that much attention, I will say, but just as like it's hard to not feel like, oh my God, how do I admit when I've made the wrong choice? How do I admit when I've done the wrong thing? How do I admit my insecurities when now all these people are watching? And definitely now that it has become my job and now that we're on Netflix and there's like people really relying on it being good, there are a lot of episodes that like don't make it out the gates that we just like cut. And that never used to be the case. No, like I think in the last 3 weeks alone, we've cut like two or three episodes.
Oh my gosh.
And gone back and re-recorded them or just been like, this just isn't good at all. Like this isn't good. And so I don't know. I think the pressure has become more. I did an episode last week that I did just for me.
So important.
And I was like, I don't know if anybody's going to like
this.
That's
amazing.
It's
for you. Yeah.
And I did get some guy be like, this was a very negative episode. I don't listen to the podcast.
Is life all positive?
Bingo. I was like, I'm sorry if we're going to talk about the psychology of your 20s.
I'm sorry if I'm human.
Yeah, this is a big part of it. Like not knowing what's up, not knowing like where you're going, not knowing if you're making the right choices, being sad, being lonely, being unsure. So I'm going to obviously speak about that as much as I speak about like the fun stuff or like the papers and all the cool things.
And also, you're not just a fixer. Like you have problems. And is that not being a human? Is like, I think that is a problem we have as humans sometimes is we don't allow people the space to be negative or to rant or to, so then it's just like suppress because we don't feel like we have these safe outlets to just like express not just positive emotions because they're more comfortable for people to hear or listen to,
And I struggle with that sometimes, especially since I know my podcast might help people intellectualize things in a good way, but then also in a bad way.
Yeah.
And you spoke about you love logic. I love logic as well. I love having answers. If you're an anxious person, having some kind of certainty is obviously very helpful. But sometimes I do worry. I'm like, I hope that I'm not just letting people avoid their problems through information.
I get that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I completely know what you mean. I think it's like a walking a tightrope, I think, in that it's the same with, for me, I've been in and out of therapy my whole life. And it's like, at what point do you say that like you as you are is okay? There doesn't need to be a level of fixing. And I think for me it's been really helpful to be like, oh, I feel this way because of this, or I can now name these feelings. It makes you feel more in control and safe. But you also do need to just let your feelings be your feelings. And Agreed. I completely get that is like the balance that you're trying to give, is to give like information to make it helpful and make people feel safer with how they're feeling. Agreed. But also to like be like, you can also just feel these things and not have to intellectualize it.
Yeah, and I think that's why that episode I did last week was good. I was like, I don't know why I feel this way. I just feel this
Yeah.
way. And I actually, a lot of people were very nice about it. So,
Which
but
is
it's definitely
great.
changed.
Yeah, I
the
can
other-
I can imagine. Like,
yeah,
you
same
know,
for you.
yeah, it is very similar in the sense that, I mean, I think for you it's different because every week you're having to deliver something that is supposed to be helpful and like additional. And I feel that way in a sense of like, I think when we both feel like we have this deeper sense of purpose, like our whatever we put out there needs to be purposeful and it needs to be impactful and it needs to make a positive imprint. That is a lot of pressure for a human, you know, like no average human. I mean, we all want to like make a positive difference.
Yeah,
I'd
hopefully.
hope. You know, you'd hope so. Some don't. But I think that if you spend your whole day feeling like, well, I need to make an impact bigger than me,
Yeah.
it is such a big amount of pressure to have on your shoulders. And so I think what I've realized is it's so difficult because every piece of content I put out, I'm like, but how is this helping someone? And it's like, no, but you can just post a video of your outfit and that be okay.
Yeah, and that is helpful.
Yeah, but that's the thing is that when we are also known for like a lot of our job is like being known for kind of adding this deeper meaning or like,
Yeah.
you know, being more purposeful, which is amazing because it does give us purpose. It's bigger than us and it's a lasting impact on other humans. Equally, that's just a heavy, heavy load to carry. And I'm sure you feel that way. I would love to know, because your podcast has become such a big phenomenon, do you have people that kind of come up to you and share these stories with you because it is so deep and it is so meaningful and it is so, you know, connective with others?
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
actually. It's the part of the job that I never get used to.
Neither.
I'm like, people will come up to me and I'm always like, where do I know you from?
Yeah.
I'm always like, they'll come up to me, I'll be like, what have I done? I'm slightly problematic with it.
How so?
Because people will come up to me and I'll be like, and how's your day been? And I'm like, this is my best friend. This is my friend.
Yeah.
Because everybody who listens to the podcast is so cool.
For sure.
Genuinely cooler
No,
than me.
no, truly.
They do the craziest stuff.
Yeah.
Like some girls, like I'm doing like my PhD in like astrophysics at like Harvard. And I was like, how am I meant to just be like, nice to meet you and then move on?
Oh my God, what a boss.
Yeah.
That's
or like,
insane.
who did I meet recently? Or just like any of it. I met these like 3 girls and they're all like teachers who've like moved here as teachers. And I'm like, that is so interesting. How did that happen? And then
Wow.
I almost feel like I freaked them out a little bit. Because they're like, I just came to get a photo
Yeah.
and now you're like interrogating me.
Yeah, you know when there's like some people, when I was on holiday recently, like some people came up to me and I was like, you know, and you're like, oh, they just do want the photo and that's it and that's okay too.
Yeah.
And you know, and you're like, let's start a full conversation. Tell me about your life. Tell me about your trauma.
And
Tell
they're
me
like,
about.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
This happened at the Harry Styles concert as well.
Oh, no way.
We're out, they were like, just want to say I love your podcast. And they went, and I was like, oh, where were you guys sitting? And they
Oh,
were
yeah.
like,
Bye.
we gotta go. And I was like, oh my God, stop it.
Harry's playing Watermelon Sugar. Bye.
Yeah. No, this was on the train out.
Oh, was it?
Have you been?
No, I was supposed to go next week and I can't go now and I'm so upset.
Oh,
Poppy, my producer's gone 3 times.
Poppy. Wait, let's bring her in on the pod. Poppy. How was it? My belief is that Harry Styles secretly just wants to be a DJ, but like doesn't have the courage yet.
So good.
Harry
I can
Styles,
see it in
yeah.
his future. A DJ dad.
He
I
just
can
wants
see
to
it.
be in Dalston.
Oh my
like,
God, that's so
at an
funny.
indie like record
Dalston
store.
Superstore.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've never been. I don't know what that
I haven't
is.
either. I'm
Is
saying
it a
that
big-
like I'm cultured and I've
Is
been.
it a big
I've not
grocery
been.
store?
No, it's like a bar.
Ah, all right.
Yeah.
There we go. I was like Dalston Superstore.
I know it sounds like it.
I was kind of like, they must have some really cool
Supermarket?
snacks there.
No, it's like supposed to be this bar that everyone loves going to in London. I don't go out, so I wouldn't know.
We should go out.
I would 100%. We're gonna do a dinner, and then we're gonna go out.
Oh my God,
It's
I
happening.
want to go dancing.
Honestly, I'm desperate to go dancing, like somewhere. But whenever I say like, oh, I want to go out, I can never find someone that does good music that I like want to dance to.
I'll take you to this place I found a couple weeks ago.
I love that you know more places than I do. That is
Oh, I
you
didn't
like
find this
doing the
place.
thing and being the tourist. I love that. Whereas me, I'm just like, oh, I'll stay at home. Oh, I'll be at home tonight.
My cool Hackney friend took me here. So
Oh my God, Hackney, Dalston, that's the area.
yeah. He
Yeah.
took me there and I was like, I'm going to take other people here. And
Let's-
I'm going to pretend
my
that I
God.
found this.
And I'm part of that club now. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, come on, let's
Yeah,
do it.
100%.
Let's go out.
So, obviously you are known for answering these questions that a lot of people are struggling with, or these kind of issues and complicated feelings. I would love to now go through some things that I know people would love that are listening to know, because you are so good at conceptualizing things and making it feel more understandable and digestible. Nothing crazy, and I'm sure you've done episodes on these things before.
I'm excited.
So
Do
don't
it.
worry about it.
Yeah. Give me some
These are the
curveballs.
things that I feel like people overthink or try and diagnose themselves with or spiral over. I definitely know I have some of these. Or, you know, they Google at midnight and think, you know, what's wrong with me? Why am I feeling this way? And never get the advice that they need. So something that I would also be so curious to know is, how do you know the difference between intuition and anxiety?
I did an episode on this. So anxiety will demand that you respond to it immediately, and intuition won't.
That's such a good way to explain it.
Anxiety will be like, we need to fix this right now, right now. Intuition will be like, I'm just letting you know. I'm just going to sit here with you with this, and I'm not going to freak you out about it. Intuition doesn't want to like send you over the edge.
Yeah.
It doesn't want you to make bad decisions. Anxiety does. Anxiety wants you to be like, I'm going to go right now. And be like, oh my God. Intuition is like, I think that like my boyfriend is cheating on me. And that feeling is almost calm, because I know. Anxiety is like, oh my God, is my boyfriend cheating on me? Blah, 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 da, 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 da. Obviously, once you do find that out, and if you do confirm that, like, it doesn't feel good. But the original feeling isn't as intense.
That's such a good way to explain it.
That's the easiest way to say it.
There's less urgency with intuition.
Less urgency. It's more of a settling feeling.
Yeah.
And I think also it comes through multiple senses, whereas anxiety seems to just come through fear.
Yes.
And come through the gut.
Yeah.
Whereas intuition happens in a more subtle way.
Yeah. I am like the most anxious girly ever. Like, awful.
Really?
Yeah.
And you sometimes, but sometimes it's easy to confuse them.
People that are struggling with anxiety, is there anything that you have found when researching it that is most helpful for people to practice?
Yeah, I think like it depends on what level you are in your anxiety, right? Because there's like the everyday anxiety, there's like panic, there's like situational, social, there's phobias. I think the biggest thing that I found helps with my anxiety is just to get myself out of my brain and back into my body.
Yeah.
Anything that's like a circuit breaker. I always recommend like sour candy.
Yes.
Warheads.
My therapist gave me a sour candy. Yeah.
And I'm somebody who had, as I said, a really bad fear of flying. So a lot of my practices that I picked up for anxiety came through that. Having something saved on your phone, a guided meditation, a voice message from your mom, a song, a frequency that just is going to go zoop.
Something grounding.
And ground you. And that you really know will help you out. And then I know this is ridiculous and people are going to be like, no, not Gemma suggesting exercise for anxiety. No, but in the moment, movement.
Move your body.
But like if you're feeling anxious, go and do a full-on sprint. Obviously, if you're at a party, you probably can't. Like
sprint out the house.
But like go to the bathroom and do some like jumping jacks.
Yeah.
Or like jump up and down, or just do anything, because your body is like, do something about me. And so if you give it some sense of like, we are making progress on this, thank you very much.
Acknowledgement.
It's almost like customer service being like, we've escalated your complaint.
Yeah.
Or being like, here's a $5 voucher to say we're sorry whilst we like deal with your issue. It's like, you need to give your brain a customer service platitude to be like, don't worry, we're taking care of it.
That's such a good way to see it.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that. What is something people call self-sabotage that actually might be self-protection?
Oh my God. What is something that people call self-sabotage that actually might be self-protection? Staying at home and like not going out all the time. I think sometimes it's like that's more social, with like that's social withdrawal.
Yes.
But I just did this episode on like why a boring life is beautiful. And there's this...
Couldn't agree more.
I know, love. Although I did just tell you about being in a car in Albania. So my life is not...
you have to have like sprinklings of that kind of stuff within the boring life.
My everyday life is incredibly boring. Same. Like I really don't do...
I don't leave the house. I'm constantly talking about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I kind of like that. I have this co-working space that we go to now, and I'm like, I just want to be at home.
Honestly.
And my boyfriend works from home, and I'm like, I just want to hang out with you all day and watch the World Cup.
Oh, I'm loving the World Cup.
Oh, really? Did you watch the game last night?
Yeah. Stressful.
I know.
So you're saying that basically staying doesn't have to be seen as a form of like
Self-sabotage.
self-sabotage. Yeah.
And I think sometimes we'll be around people who will be like, you're just, you're so young and like you should be going out. This is self-sabotage. Like you're really trying to keep yourself in a bubble.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not. I also think what's another thing that like looks like self-sabotage but is actually self-protection with dating as well.
I was going to ask you about dating stuff. Yeah.
Well, I would say there's a lot of things where it's like, actually, it's not self-sabotage to be like, this person isn't for me. And I'm actually going to make a clear call on this. And I think a lot of times people be like, no, give him a second chance, give him a third chance, fourth chance. No.
And if you know,
You're like,
you know.
oh, you're being avoidant, you're being anxious. No.
Yeah.
As we said with intuition, when you know, positive and negative. When
Yeah.
you know that someone is amazing for you, you know.
Totally. What's the point of longing something out that you already know that isn't working?
Yeah, trust your gut.
Totally. So when it comes to dating, how do you know if you're staying because you love someone or because you're scared of starting again?
This is an age-old question, isn't it? I think you know that you're staying because you're scared of not being able to find somebody else when you genuinely like aren't excited for the future. You're just terrified of it not being this. So I think you know that you're staying for the wrong reasons when you think about this person, what you see them as offering you is not excitement, is not genuine novelty.
Yeah.
You're not genuinely curious. You're not genuinely invested in growing old with them. You are like, what I see and what I get from them is protection. What I get from them is not having to date again.
It's like it's a safety net, essentially.
It's a safety net. I think also you know that you're staying with somebody not out of love, but because you don't want to date again. Definitely when you're just kind of like, I don't want to say it again, but like, I'm just not interested in this person. And when you keep thinking about, could it be better? Could it be more exciting? Could I find somebody else? And especially when you're thinking about it in terms of something that this person doesn't have.
Yeah.
And obviously, I think that in relationships, it's okay to be like, this person can't be everything for me. But as long as you are genuinely like, this person is somebody I'm still curious by, this person is somebody that I imagine things in our future that I look forward to. I also think the easiest way to know is if you think about your wedding, are you excited? And if marriage is something that you want, or are you like, ugh?
Like it's like dread versus
oh my God.
excitement.
Yeah. Are you like, I'm excited for that to one day happen? Or are you like, oh my God, the thought of that like absolutely petrifies me.
That's so interesting.
The thought of just like being with this person forever is not an exciting thing.
Yeah, that makes complete sense.
Because it should be exciting. Dating should be sexy and fun.
Yeah.
And exciting. And even when you've been with somebody for a while, like I've been with Tom for over 3.5 years now, and I'm like, I'm still like, I want to know your opinion on this. I want to know what you're thinking about. I'm excited by you.
Yeah. It should, every day should feel exciting with this person.
Even if it's like a shit day, like you should still be like, I'm glad you are the one who is here with me. Even if I'm not like endlessly excited by you, I know that it's going to come back around, and I know that I'm excited for the fact that this could be exciting again.
Yeah, it's like when I get home from work, am I excited to see you?
Yeah.
Am I missing you? That's such a good way to see it and makes so much sense. Finally, last kind of question before we go into some quick fire stuff is, what's one sign you're outgrowing a friendship versus just going through a rough patch? I know a lot of people in their 20s, me especially, have gone through kind of driftings from friends, not even necessarily bad endings, but driftings, and just realizing, oh, this person no longer is my person or no longer serves me. So what is a sign that you think is that someone's outgrowing one versus maybe just going through a rough time?
I think when you continue to when you genuinely don't want to put in any effort anymore, done. Easy sign, like that your brain, your body knows. Secondly, when you do put in effort and you're like, that isn't enough because they're not reciprocating. Or when you put in effort and you're still being met with like a bit of a brick wall.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, I've had friendships where I'm like, we're not vibing.
Yeah.
And they've come back around. So I would say always leave the door open.
Yeah.
Because there is value in knowing people that you've known for a long time, even if you're not as close. But I really do think like a friendship is kind of outgrown its pace and its time and its like space in your life when you feel no intention or desire to be around them. And you can kind of sense that they don't feel that either.
Yeah, I completely relate to that.
And also when they're making you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
When you leave the situation or an event or something with them and you're like, God, I don't feel good about myself.
Yes.
Or like, God, I feel exhausted, but not for the right reason.
Yeah.
Like, God, that was hard. And it was hard. And I still don't feel good. Like, I do think that friendships should energize you and should excite you.
Fill your cup, not
They
empty
should fill
it.
your cup.
Yeah.
And it's normal to go through periods where you're like, that was kind of a shit hang. We're tired.
I feel like
life's busy, but not all the time.
No, exactly. I mean, you're supposed to go to friends and then make you feel better, not worse. That's kind of they're your chosen family in a way. Because I feel like I went through a level of grief when I kind of drifted from some of my friends, because again, it's almost like a breakup in a way, but
100%
kind of worse sometimes.
Yeah.
Because they're not, they are kind of, it feels like a forever in a different way with friendship sometimes. What is one piece of advice, just, quickly to wrap it up, that you would give to someone that's going through a friendship drift or a friendship breakup that is struggling with it? Because it's so hard.
I said this the other day. You grieve a breakup. You can grieve like a relationship breakdown in I would say a couple years. You grieve certain friends for the
I'm
rest
still
of your
grieving
life.
some, yeah.
I'm as well. I literally had a dream about one of my ex-best friends.
So
last
did
night.
I.
No
way.
This
week.
Oh my God. I was
kind of like, oh, why did that come up? Yeah.
I haven't spoken to this person for half a decade.
I've not spoken to him for half a decade.
5 years.
Stop. Mine's 3, but that's crazy.
Yeah. I saw her the other day actually, and I actually avoided
Oh, do you think that's why?
No, yes and no. I think about her all the time. I dream about her all the time, and I think it's because like a breakup, you're never going to find a friend that's exactly the same.
No.
And you're never going to find a friend who fulfills you or touches you in the same way. With a relationship, you kind of only have room for one.
Yeah.
So when another person comes along, it's like, well, you kind of are touching every corner of the square the way that probably somebody else did. They're providing you comfort. There's intimacy.
Yeah.
There's trust. But with a friend, it's that nobody's ever going to fill that space.
Yeah.
That's empty for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
That's not great advice. Sorry, I'm trying to make people feel better.
But it's like a life partner in a different way. And I think I found that some of my friendships haven't ended well, but it's like you're still it's like a romantic relationship where you're still grieving the great parts of it. So I think it's so nuanced, isn't it? It's not black and white, because you're grieving, you're holding space for the parts of the relationship that were amazing, as well as the parts that made it come to a close, basically, as well.
I know. And I think my greatest piece of advice is to just look at that friendship with extreme gratitude. And then take as many lessons from it as you can.
Every relationship is a lesson.
Yeah, it really is. And I think about that with this person a lot, where I'm like, I don't think either of us did the right thing. But I don't feel any blame towards her. I'm like, that's not going to serve me. What did I do wrong? I don't want to be in this situation again where I've missed a moment and I've missed an opportunity to really get a friendship back.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree. You're just amazing. There is so much more that I want to talk about. So please, will you come back?
Yes. Part 2.
Please. Honestly, we could talk for hours. There are so many more things that I want to unpick with you. We always end with some just quick fire questions.
Yeah.
To round it off. And obviously I made yours a little bit more kind of psychology based. What is a psychology term that you think is overused online?
Oh my God.
I'm sure there is some.
Love languages.
Oh,
love languages. I appreciate love languages. Do your research on where that concept came from.
Oh.
It came from a very conservative pastor who basically constructed love languages so that women would have sex with their husbands more.
No way.
Yep. Dr. Gary Chapman is his name. Go and look it up.
And then everyone's like, what's your love language? Mine's physical touch. Mine's gift giving.
I still like it, but I wish people knew the history of it a little bit better.
It's not this cutesy thing that it's been turned into.
Yeah, really. I'm like, this guy, and also there's very little, I think sometimes, I don't know, I don't feel represented by my love language.
Yeah, for sure.
It's because this guy doesn't know anything.
And also, why do we have to box ourselves into one or the other?
Yeah.
Society loves doing that.
Also, humor is a love language. That's not included. Yes. There's so many different ones.
Yeah, outside of the 4 or 5. What's your current little ritual that is keeping you sane?
Oh my God, this is completely off topic, but not at the same time. I got diagnosed with PMOS at the end of last year.
Oh,
Used to be
wow.
PCOS.
Yeah.
And I have started taking this. It's like I don't want to call it a supplement. It's like
Is it Ditto? No.
No, it's this thing by Grace Beverly.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a greens powder, but like for when you have PCOS.
Wow.
I take it every morning. It has magnificently changed my life
That's
in a way that
amazing.
like no doctor has been able to do.
Wow.
Because this was just like it's nutrition based, and I'm so like on supplements. I'm like, nah.
Yeah, so
I
many.
really don't take them.
Mhm.
I take maybe like magnesium,
Yeah, for sleep and stuff.
sleep
Yeah.
sometimes. That's it. I don't even take vitamin D.
Oh
Like,
no, you should in the UK.
my doctor said I had great vitamin D levels.
Well, it's because we're
He
Australian.
was
That's
like,
probably
he was
why.
like, you've got a good reserve.
You're prepped for it.
But yeah, the Shreddy, I don't know what it's the pink one. It's amazing. That's my little ritual I've been doing every morning.
Wow, I love that. It's like a way to start your day.
Yeah.
If your 20s had a group chat name, what would it be?
Oh, who's free?
That's so accurate.
Us literally this morning.
That's so accurate. What's a piece of advice you secretly hate?
Oh my God.
Many. Us complainers.
Oh my God. Anytime somebody's like, you need to make a 5-year plan,
Oh.
get out.
How about a next week plan?
Yeah, I just think it's like, yeah, how about a next week
How
plan?
about tomorrow plan?
Yeah, how about we find a time to get dinner, okay?
Yeah.
I really want that. Yeah, anytime somebody talks about 5-year plan, I did a whole episode on the myth of the 5-year plan and why when it's not used correctly or in a helpful manner, it's really detrimental.
Wow, that's so true. And then obviously you've done so much delving into research and theories and, factual information. What is one theory that's really stayed with you that, we do like basically a little thought of the week, and it's kind of like a sticky note sentence or thought that the listener or the viewer can be provoked by or kind of add into their life in the week to come. So what is a theory for you that you feel like everyone should know that maybe doesn't?
I immediately had an answer for that, and that is the self-absorption paradox.
Oh, tell me.
Well, it's basically this idea that the more you think about yourself, the less able you are to help yourself. So especially when it comes to self-help and self-improvement,
Yeah.
sometimes the best thing you can do if you are stuck in a rut, if you're like, I don't know what I want to do with my career, with my life, with my, with my love life, is to just go and do something for somebody else and just to go and get out of your own mind. Because the more you agonize and ruminate over your own problems, the more you're going to be confused by them.
I love that.
Self-absorption paradox, there was an amazing paper written about it maybe a decade ago. Check it out.
That is so true. And I think also as society, we've become so obsessed by, self-optimization and always having to better ourselves without actually appreciating like you are actually okay as you are. There's a whole world out there. Get out of your head and actually live in that world,
Amen.
Yeah, I feel like that's a great way to end. I'm gonna now be remembering that and researching it. I also really just want to talk to you about how you find all of your papers and stuff, but you're gonna have to come and do a part 2 like ASAP.
We should do a Christmas
please.
episode. We should do another collab.
Oh my
over
God,
Christmas.
I would love that, please.
Oh my God, the little
No,
elves.
I want you to come back like in 2 weeks when you're back, honestly,
yeah, and
at
we
this
can get
rate.
dinner.
You're gonna be like a recurring guest. Like,
oh, I love it. The studio is so beautiful as well.
it's just very, very chill. And I think like I personally feel most comfortable when I'm like grounded, sat on something like on the floor, cross-legged. It makes me feel like a kid, and like,
Yeah.
I just want to feel comfortable. I think that's what immediately kind of disarms people.
Agreed.
Yeah. And you are just the best. I'm obsessed with you. I think everything you're doing is so helpful, and you are, especially if people can't get access to therapy or to treatments, or are not able to understand themselves so much, or don't really have that support network around them that feels like it's a safe place. You have provided that for thousands and thousands and thousands of 20-year-olds that are just trying to navigate life, and that is something to so be proud of. And also you've got your book. I need to buy your book because I was listening to a podcast where you talk about it, and I need to get it because I think
I'll just give you one.
Don't be silly.
No, I'll just bring you one next time. Don't worry about it. I'll sign it and everything.
But you're just creating so many safe spaces for people, and I know it's a lot of pressure. Like it really is, and like I can only imagine a lot of that's on your shoulders. But equally, you're doing so much good, and that's why it's become so big. That is also why.
Oh my God, I appreciate it
No,
so
of
much. I feel the same about
course.
what you're doing. So
no, that's
right
why
back
I
at
feel
ya.
like we instantly got along, as it was just this level of like seeing and
Yeah.
understanding, and we're like very introspective girlies with a lot of depth. So thank you so much. We always finish by, I normally say it, I say, as always, remember to be kind to yourself and live a little. So do you mind taking it away and just saying it down this
Yeah.
camera?
As always, remember to be kind to yourself and live a little.
Perfect.
Woo! Thank you so much.